Now, how about them damn Celtics?
All right, we are back. Sam and I are here Sunday, July 20th, after the Celtics' final summer league game, a win over the Atlanta Hawks, 101-80, the final score. A lot of the guys who hadn't played a lot in summer league this far got their chance to play, as it usually goes. Usually, these guys have promises that, yeah, you'll get this, chance to just play at the end. You'll get this many minutes, blah blah blah. And we saw that a lot today. The three rookies still got to start: Hugo Gonzalez, Max Shulga, Amari Williams, but neither of them cracked the 20-minute mark again, as the bench got a chance to play. Isaiah Wong had a big game, 18 off the bench. Jalen Bridges, Ben Gregg as well. We can talk about them. We can talk about a little bit of Summer League as a whole, but I'm sure we'll have more on the recaps in the coming week or so. But yeah, big finale, big win in the finale.
Massive win. Hang the banner. It's really funny, like, looking at this. The Summer League had its own version of, like, the April game where Jordan Walsh gets 30 minutes, where they did play the guys that everybody tunes in to see, but those guys only played a couple minutes. Overall, like, solid showing from Summer League, the Summer League Celtics, rather. The rookies had strong showings. They were pretty as promised, right? Like, I think if we go through and we think about the 5 different Summer League games that were played, you can't be too upset. Like, everybody came in, delivered, they did the things they were supposed to do, they had the weaknesses they were supposed to have. It is funny, I saw you post about Max Shulga finally made a shot today and, like, threw his hands up in the air after just maybe the meanest Summer League possible. He couldn't catch a break, couldn't make a shot, finally sinks one in the finale. Good for him, man. I'm excited to see the rookies play next year. I'm excited to see him play in Maine. And the Summer League, sadly, is over. I don't know what the hell we're going to do now. Twiddle our thumbs.
Yeah, my headphones cut off. Who'd you say you're excited to see playing, man? The rookies?
Oh, the rookies.
Yes. The rookies need time in Maine. That was my big takeaway. They were all solid, but it was very clear that there was the 28th pick and 2 second-rounders, right? Like, you can see the outline of good players with both of them, but there were some struggles, right? Like, honestly, of any of them, the guy who seemed the most consistently and comfortable to me was Max Shulga. Like, and he wasn't great, right? Like, I'm high on him, but like, Hugo Gonzalez drove into traffic every other play. He went for steals where he shouldn't have, gave up layups that way. Amari Williams just like didn't jump for rebounds half the time. He was like out of position a little bit, hesitated to jump to contest shots. His touch around the rim was kind of ugly. Max Shulga couldn't make a shot. He was very comfortable running the offense. He got them into a flow. He like heading in tonight. I don't know what he finished with today, but he was averaging 4.3 assists to like 0.8 turnovers. Like, he had a very good assist to turnover ratio. He did a great job of setting up the offense. I'm not saying I think he's going to best. If anything, I think he has the lowest ceiling of the three. But I think of the guys you looked at in Summer League in terms of comfortability, he was there. And honestly, you probably need a little bit of work with Hugo Gonzalez and Amari Williams. There's flashes of, okay, yeah, that guy can play, but I don't think either of them or any of them, even including Shulga, are ready to play in the NBA, right? Like, they're going to need a year in Maine to develop, and they're going to need a year to see what exactly you can make out of them at the NBA level, if they ever get there, realistically.
There's actually a positive to this season where there will be moments for these guys to play up in Maine. There's no disputing it. They need the time. But they also are probably going to get a decent helping of NBA minutes, at least Ugo. Like, it feels like there should be some sort of slot for him to slide into the rotation. Maybe.
I don't think he will.
So it's going to be, just as no order, no positions, nothing. Derek, Jalen.
Yeah. Peyton.
Really bad. Peyton. Nimi.
Yep.
George Niang.
Yep,
Sam
if he
Hauser,
stays.
6.
Yep.
Simon, 7 if he stays.
Walsh, Shireman, Minot,
Shireman.
Garza.
Oh, Minot, Garza. Yeah. Maybe
you really
not
get
gonna be
into
room
it
for him. It's the way Joe
the tough
feels
part.
about rookies. Damn, that was really bad. I really just couldn't name guys on the roster.
Well, even if you just look at Ugo's position as like that wing spot, right? You probably, at least if you're Joe, you trust Shireman more. You probably want to see Walsh a little bit more. You just signed Josh Minot to that position. You have Derek White. You have Jaylen Brown. Who knows if Anthony Simons and or George Niang are still on the roster, but you have those guys. If you want to play them up a position, you still have like Luka Garza and Amish Canada around it. It's more of a crunch for minutes in terms of development than meets the eye. And honestly, I don't know if he should be getting NBA minutes right now. Like he didn't impress me on summer league. There were flashes of really good things, like in that first game, obviously crashing the glass on the very first possession. Like you could see the defense, but he got blown by a bunch in that Lakers game. He went for too
Yeah.
many steals in this one. Like I'm not saying I'm out on Hugo Gonzalez. You can't be out on anybody after one summer league run. But like it's
Kenny
very clear
Lofton?
that like no,
Almost.
not even Kenny Lofton. Kenny Lofton, by the way, not with the team anymore. He had a prior commitment, so he did not end up playing, or he wasn't with the team for this final game. He didn't play, and he wasn't on the bench, so he's gone. But
Tough.
yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for me for the rookies is they need time in Maine, which is fine. Hayden Gray also is already signed with the Maine Celtics per Noah Dalzell, as much as I hate to give her credit. He'll be up in Maine for next season, so that's fun. He actually looked pretty good in this game. You could see why he was steals leader, like his ability to anticipate where guys are going to be on the floor and sort of like strip the ball or anticipate the pass. Like it was very impressive. He had a nice chase down block too, which was fun to see. But to stick with this game briefly before talking about Summer League broader and like Walsh and Shireman who didn't play in this game, Isaiah Wong, big game in this one. The shot making was there. Jalen Bridges, I like a lot. I'm hoping he can stick around in Maine. He's impressed me with the shot. Zach Hicks is a great 3-point shooter. He saw a little bit of that in this game. And then the one guy who I was kind of surprised about, Ben Gregg, looked like really good. Like he looked genuinely like he could play in Maine and be a decent center replacement option for a team that doesn't really have a center. Obviously, I think the Celtics, or Maine Celtics, roster is going to look a lot different next season. James Banks was on the Hornets Summer League team this season. Hassan Ward was on the Thunder Summer League team this season. Anton Watson obviously was waived last year. Ben Gregg had, I think, 13 and 7. He was a menace on the boards. Like he was just pissing off the Hawks any chance he got. The shot is very ugly, but it seems to go in at an okay rate. So I would like to see a few of these guys. I would be intrigued to see, I should say, up in Maine next season.
It's kind of cool to see like a Maine Celtics tryout. Like essentially that's what summer league is, and at least we have some sort of payoff with it. Like seeing Hayden Gray get named to the roster, like signed to the roster, like that's cool. I like the continuity that comes along with summer league for some of these undrafted guys, and you know, having seen what the Celtics have done in years past now, it's not nothing. Does it mean that Hayden Gray is going to be a rotation guy on an NBA championship team? Probably not. But we've seen the Celtics make guys into that or help develop them from bringing them in undrafted. Sam Hauser was undrafted, played with the Maine Celtics. Had a little bit of a different skill set than Hayden Gray, where he can just step in and be a knockdown shooter, which is a huge thing that all winning teams need nowadays. But the reps, the opportunity, and having the right developmental coaches around them in Maine certainly opened the door for him to at least make at least somebody's roster in the NBA, and to see him stick around is a good thing. So happy for him. Looking forward to seeing what else happens of this Summer League roster. I don't know if anything else has been announced. I haven't been on Twitter. Kendall Brown would be another guy I'd really be interested in them keeping around. Compared to, or not compared to, but like just after the guys we all knew about going into Summer League, Kendall Brown was probably my favorite. I thought he was cool. Thought he played hard. Thought he was a good cutter. Thought he made finishing at the rim look really easy. Like I think they might have something there if they keep him.
I like Kendall Brown. My worry with Kendall Brown and Isaiah Wong is they won't want to play in Maine. Isaiah Wong dipped his toes into the overseas scene this past season. Kendall Brown didn't, but you almost wonder if they're like, all right, at this point, let me make some money, go play overseas and see what happens. Kendall Brown was good. He had a really strong first half. I like the way he cut off the ball. The shot looked all right. He didn't take a lot, but he looks fine taking it if he needs to. I would like to see, like, I wouldn't mind seeing both of them in Maine. I think Kendall Brown would be a bit more interesting to me, see if he can get the shot to come around. Like, obviously, he's got a very good NBA body. Isaiah Wong was cool. To me, he just seems like the typical, if he gets hot, he's going to be a good scorer type of guard, which is fine, but I don't know how it's going to translate. I mean, Maine needs players, so I'd be down, but I think of the Maine I like the Hayden Gray type better, a little bit of versatile, like moved the dunker spots well, cut off the ball really well, moved, without the ball. Of those bench guys, though, I really like Jalen Bridges. I think him and Zach Hicks are super interesting as shooters and as defensive pieces if that part can come around. Aaron Scott was okay. He had 6 offensive rebounds in the first half, finished with 7 of the night. His hustle was impressive. But I don't know how much everything's going to translate. He hasn't been really efficient in college, or he wasn't last year, and he shot 1 of 4 tonight. And the shot's a little bit wonky. It's like very out in front of his face. Miles Norris is another guy who, after relatively interesting summer league, So I tweeted at the start of this game, around the start. It's like, this feels like it's a Miles Norris, the Miles Norris game type of night. And to me, watching him play, it looked like Miles Norris thought it was going to be the Miles Norris type of night. And then he shot 2 of 7 from 3 and 2 of 8 from the field. Like, it looked like he was actively trying to have the Miles Norris game, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying he like disrupted the flow of things, but it was just very clear. He's like, oh, I got space. I'm going to pull. I'm going to turn around jumper on the baseline. And I think that might be the issue with Miles Norris in terms of finding his place in the league. And I said this like the first nights when we were talking about it. At his best, I think Miles Norris could be a rotation player of the NBA if the shot's falling, if the cuts are there, if he is playing, strong defense, especially off the ball as a helper. He's just not really consistent. And I think that's the key for a lot of players who are on the fringe of making the NBA is, can you do it every night? Can you shoot 40%, 38% from 3 without having a 5-game cold stretch where you only make 1 3? And those happen. We've seen it with Sam Hauser, but Sam Hauser finished the year, making 41% of his threes, stuff like that. So I like Miles Norris. I still think getting him back in Maine for a second year is going to be a good thing and interesting to follow. You just got to be consistent. And I mean, as is the case with most summer league guys, we haven't really seen that.
Yeah, I see it with Miles Norris. I was high on him after the first game, thought he played well. Just think like he has the build to be a rotation NBA guy. He has the skill set to do it. He needs to sharpen his shot a little bit more. He does not consistent enough, as you mentioned. I do like Hicks a little bit. I looked at him before the summer league slate, thought he had something. We did the video on him, and he's another guy that has like the right frame to be a versatile defender in the NBA if he puts on a little bit of muscle and he can shoot the ball really well. He did so at Penn State. He was 40% almost last year.
3 of 5 today, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 of 6 off the bench.
Kick another one. Yeah, 3 of 6.
I think he's somebody that I would like to see stick around in Maine too. It's just
fine with
potential. There's always potential. You have to look at potential, and shooting is maybe the easiest potential to tap. I don't want to be unfair, but if you can do that and you can defend a little bit, you can be a weapon, especially next to somebody like Tatum when he's back.
Yeah, I'm in. Like, I think we talk about it all the time, like having an NBA level skill. Hicks' shot is consistent in Maine. Maybe that's something you see happening with him. I don't know how old he is. I think he's an older rookie for sure. Zach Hicks is, doesn't come up, 22 years old, turns 23 in April. So maybe you look at it. He's the guy who Matt Reynolds told to watch Blue Streak as a movie assignment, and then he never did. So maybe his listening skills aren't great. That's his theory. He never did.
Okay.
But not much else out of this game. Talked to Aaron Scott about Rick Pitino, which I'm sure Celtics fans are going to be thrilled about. I've got a couple things on Amari Williams and Max Shulga coming later this summer, and something on Hugo Gonzalez. I talked to a lot of people about all 3 of them, former teammates from all levels. I have some fun stories about Amari Williams in particular that I'll drop on Houdini later this summer. Do you want to dive into a little summer league recap? I mean, I don't want to like waste a whole pod of what could probably be a summer league recap coming up. I also don't know what my schedule is going to be tomorrow, so you might have to find a replacement as a spoiler alert, because I don't land till 8 p.m. and my flight leaves here at 11 my time. Okay. So like maybe I could wake up. But okay. Do we want to do anything else, or do we want to leave this as a pure game recap?
We can leave it as a game recap. That's
all right. In that case, I'm sure we'll do like a power ranking, like personal power rankings of some of these guys, or a tier list or something at some point in the next week. Tomorrow might be a wonky day in terms of pod because of flights and such, but appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let us know what you thought of Summer League. Hopefully it was good enough. Sorry for the shorter shows, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Hey, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment. Let us know how you're feeling after the Summer League finale. And let us know what you want us to talk about for the next 2 months, because that's where we're at now. Subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be talking about stuff for 2 months and the rest of the year. Every single day, new stuff comes out. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps are up the morning after each game. Other videos are here in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. And other stuff will be here. Whatever. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. All pods and game recaps are up there. So if you just want those, follow. They'll go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We're reading them every single time we do a full pod, which will be Monday. So get them in. This is your time if you have an email. hbtcpod. Content, please. HBTC Pod. The socials are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's name of the pod. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's Jack's Mon NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us. Bye.
Taco. Come on.
Taco.